Hey, everybody, welcome back for day 91 of 100 Days of Halloween. I cannot believe we are on day 91. This is crazy. So, 100 Days of Halloween, what am I doing real quick? I know we've been doing this for 90 days so far, but we do have some new ones here. And if you want to know all of the details, you're going to have to go over to my Yarny friend and sister Ranee over at the Woolly Llama Shop. She's got the whole complete rundown, and a she has a dedicated folder with all of the 100 Days of Halloween videos that she has done. So, our lovely Yarny friend and sister Ranee over at the Woolly Llama Shop had a brilliant idea for the 100 Days of Halloween. She was wanting to create a blanket by doing 6-inch by 6-inch granny squares with a fall or Halloween theme or applique, one for each day of the 100 Days of Halloween. She scoured the interwebs. She found all of these different appliques and squares, correlated each one with a number, and she's been drawing them at random from her Jinx Jack-o'-lantern of joy and providing a free pattern or tutorial every day, except for on Saturday and Sunday. She draws 3 on Fridays, just so you guys have your inspiration if you so choose to use them. And she's been doing this since day one. I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I wanted to join in because I'd been wanting to make a Halloween blanket. Just lifey stuff always got in the way, and this was the perfect opportunity. I decided to switch it up a little bit on my end because when we first started, I had a lot of appointments and things. I was taking, random balls of yarn with me. And very quickly, I ended up having almost enough squares for the entirety of our make along. And so I decided I was going to draw those squares at random. So from day to day, we never knew what kind of square we were going to have for the next day. And you guys have been either guessing or suggesting what should go on the square if it didn't already have a fall or Halloween theme motive. And I've gotten plenty of inspiration, used some of that inspiration, and I've used some of Rainey's inspiration from her random draws. I've also used inspiration from while I'm out and about in the wilds, things I've seen, and I've used inspiration from two of our other Yarny friends and sisters, Patricia over at the Yarny Cat Crochet, and Nova over at Nova Nova Creations. They have been making along with us. They could not commit to a blanket, however, because they had a lot of lifey stuff and other projects on the go. And so they've been doing other things. Nova, for instance, has been making squares, but they are not for a blanket. And she is right now doing her 13 days of Halloween. If you haven't seen any of those videos, go check them out because she is going to be revealing what she has been making with those squares. And then we have Patricia over at the Yarny Cat Crochet, who went a whole entirely different direction. And she's made, is it 4 projects so far? She's made a crossbody bag, which was awesome. She's made a matching scarf. She then switched gears and went to amigurumi. And her latest was a pumpkin, um, which was the same type of pumpkin that a bunch of other of us are making, which reminds me, I forgot to bring my other finished pumpkin in here. Oh, well, we'll show it tomorrow. It's not like Halloween is over. We got plenty of time. So, what I've been doing with drawing my squares, I'm drawing them at random from my Boo Box of Fate. You guys have been guessing or suggesting different things for the squares in the comment section, and I have been reading them to see what you guys say before I reveal the square. So we've already finished. I've been counting them up in groups of 10. And once we hit another group of 10 finished, I'm doing like a video short recap and uploading it before I feed them into my blanket. And then in my description box, if you happen to see a square that has a particular pattern or tutorial that was involved in making it, I am putting that information in the description box so that you can find it and use it at your will. So we are now on our last group of 10. Starting today, this is number 91, and we're going to go up to 100, and then that's going to be our last group of 10. So we drew our random square yesterday, and let's see what you guys said we should do with the square. Let me pull it up, and okay, Sam said, "Hi, Missy. Love the Snoopy Square. Yay, a night off because the hard work is done for 91. Subscribe to Joy." Yay. Thank you, Sam. And she is talking about the last square we did for our group of 10, 81 through 90, which was yesterday's. And we completed this group of 10. And yes, it's still sitting here on my desk. So that was my Snoopy waiting for the great pumpkin in the pumpkin patch. And then, did I tell you thank you for subscribing to Joy? I appreciate it, and I know Joy does too. We're hoping to get her over 100, guys. And if you guys have not subscribed to her, she is linked in this description box. Please go over there and check her out. She is so fun and so cute. And then we have Lisa from Lisa Knits. She said, "Hi, Missy. A pond with a fish in it. What about Casper the Friendly Ghost?" I love those. And then we have Joy from Find Your Joy. She said, "I thought you were going to do Charlie Brown as a ghost with all the jowls in the sheet. I don't know what that means. Might be a typo." And she's got laughing faces. And she said, "Missy, oh my God, you are freaking amazing. Thank you so much." You're welcome, Joy. And I'm assuming you are talking about me sending people over there to check you out and hopefully subscribe so we can get you over 200 subscribers. And she said, "I almost forgot to guess for tomorrow. LOL. How about an eyeball?" Love that idea, Joy. And then we have Fairy Crochet Mama said, "I'm in love with the hedgehog. Thank you for including it." That was the other days. That happened to be one of her suggestions, and we did implement it into our square. And so far, everybody who's seen it seems to have loved it. And I'm so glad that she had suggested that because it was a lot of fun to make. And then we have Patricia over at the Yarny Cat Crochet said, "Oh, my mom would love that." She's talking about the Snoopy square because her mom loves Snoopy like I do. She said, "I love Sam's pumpkin." That would be the pumpkin that I showed yesterday because it is sparkly pink. And we know Sam from Memphis Makes would love it. That is her signature color. And then she says, "An eyeball." Good guess. Good guess. And then we have Ruru, which is Ruth. Hi, Ruth. And she said, "Snoopy Square is adorable. 10 more days and you'll be done." I know. Well, kind of. We'll be done with the squares, but we still have to put it all together, put a trim on it, all that good stuff. So we still have a little bit to go. And then we have Madison Ray. Hi, Madison. She said, "I'm already subscribed to Joy's channel." Awesome. And she is such a joy to brighten up your day. Yes, she is. I have to tell you that Snoopy Square is adorable. Thank you. And then we have Ann Windrose who said, "Wow, you are so clever. Snoopy is so cute. Love him." Thank you. Think you will be leaving the eyeball blank. And then we have Amy at Hooked on Wishing that is basically saying hi with the coffee and the yarn. Hi, Amy. And we have Karen Smith. "I bet you do an eyeball." Done. I'm subscribed to her channel already. Yay. Thank you, Karen. And you guys might be onto something with the eyeball. That was all the comments. So the square we drew yesterday was the eyeball. And yes, we left the eyeball on there. Surprise. So yeah, I had a night off kind of because I was working on a super top secret square that I have put into the Boo Box of Fate. So you guys won't see it until it actually gets drawn. So yeah, I'm not going to show it until it gets drawn. So there we go. This was our square for day 91, and this was by Stitch by Fay. And it is a written pattern. I want to say there might be a video tutorial, but I cannot remember. Um, but I will link whichever one it was. I think I used written because it's been in the box for a little bit waiting to be drawn. So I will link whichever one it is down in the description box. So if you guys too want to make an eyeball square for, or just even the eyeball without squaring it off, the information will be down there for you. So there we go. So without further ado, let's draw the square out for day 92 and see what we will be working with. Okay. Oh, we've got orange. All righty. And it's fluorescent orange. Oh, this is bright. That is bright. And you can tell just from my lighting. Let me see if this will, that blows it out even more. It's even brighter than my pumpkin tie-dye t-shirt. So fluorescent orange. Oh, I'm going to have to go through my list of inspiration. We know it won't be anything orange because that is just going to get lost. So there we go. So this is going to be day 92. Put your guesses and suggestions down in the comment section. We're ticking down on all those. So yeah. So let's move on to some additional business before this video gets too long. I'm kind of in some pain right now. I had to run to Walmart earlier for a couple things um, to make some spicy soup for dinner. And apparently there was some water on the floor, and I kind of slipped and went down on my right knee, and it is very, very swollen, very, very painful. It is stinging, it is burning. I'm having sharp pain. Ice pack is not working. They did fill out an incident report, and they're supposed to call me and follow up and see how I'm feeling. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. But I will keep you updated on that. So, yeah, day 92. And maybe it's a good thing it's a square I got to work on. I can kind of put my leg up this evening in the recliner, and maybe hopefully it will get to feeling better. So, all right. So, we are on the third day now of our 13-day yarn advent for Halloween from Wildflower Yarns. It is the In My Pastel Goth Era 13-day Halloween yarn advent. And so the third day would be today, which is October 21st, right there. Her stickers are so cute. And let's see what is in here. The last two have been very pretty. And like I said, I wish I had feel-o-vision. Ooh, okay. This one is very sparkly. It's almost like a ballerina pinkish orange. And it's got some like turquoise, some black, gray, and purple. I see some purple right there. I don't know if you can see all the sparkle. It is so pretty. Like I said, when we have good enough sunshine, once we get all these opened, I think, and we have some sunshine, pretty sunshine, I'm gonna take them outside and take pictures so that you can see them in all their glory. But this was today's. This was yesterday's, and it's got more colors in it. And then this was, oop, I got papers flying everywhere. And that was the first day. So they're all a little bit different, but they are gorgeous. All right. So this was the 19th, and I still need to figure out a way to hang them as we're doing them. I think that would be super cool. That way we don't lose track of which days. Okay, and then we have one more item of business. So, way back in August, we were trying to bump up Ranee's. No, that wasn't for Ranee's. We already did that one. It was for my hitting 500 subscriber celebration. And I promised a giveaway that is not sponsored or affiliated with anybody. I am using my own funds, whatever. And in order to I'm trying to remember. It's I was supposed to draw um when I got back from vacation. And with everything that was going on after being sick and then trying to hurry up and get ready for vacation and then coming home and having so much going on and being bombarded with kittens that were brought to us and everything else, I totally forgot. You guys totally forgot to remind me. And so here we are. So even though we're doing this a little late, it's all good. I have all of the names in here in the little witch's brew jar of all of the people who did what they were supposed to. And we're going to draw a name. And what you were going to win was, oops, and I'm dropping everything, a Missy's Yarniverse and More bag with the No Sense pouch. Yes. So, without further ado, let's draw a name and see who is going to get happy mail for my 500 subscriber celebration. Um so okay. And once you see that it was you, please email me and I will have you do something so that I know it is in fact you. And that way it doesn't go to somebody that it shouldn't, guys, because there are people who try and scam. Okay, we got one. Let's see who it is. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. It is. Patricia, Yarny Cat Crochet. So, Patricia, you know how to get a hold of me. And we will get this out in the mail to you. Some little goodies inside there. And yeah, congratulations. Everybody tell Patricia, congratulations. This is so fun. And then we have another little thing going on. And if you want to know the deets on that, please see yesterday's video, which is day 90. So you guys know what to do for that one. And we will clear out this little container and start adding names for that. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go so I can go get my leg put up. Yeah, I've decided I'm not going to stand and cook tonight as I had planned. My leg is hurting too bad and it is super swollen. And I think it's just going to be a can of soup and some grilled cheese tonight. So, yeah. So, with that, I love you guys bunches. Thank you for coming back every single day. I appreciate all of you so much. And spread the yarny goodness, everybody. So, with that, see you tomorrow for day 92 to see what we did with this neon fluorescent orange. So, with that, good night, guys. See you tomorrow.